Welcome to the official Benchwarmers podcast, a sports podcast dedicated to hotcakes, wasting your time, and unmatched stupidity. Featuring your hosts, Adam and Jake.
Hello, and welcome to the Benchwarmers podcast. This is episode number 26. We are proud to say we have finally implemented segments, which include the NBA trade machine, Trash Take, the BW List, Mid-Pod Crisis, and the Rant. Hopefully you guys enjoy. We also just made a YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. It's at the BW Pod, same as our Twitter. And I hope you guys enjoy the episode today. Ooh, the holdouts here. Got all these holdouts. Always happens this time of year. Adam knows avoiding them in fantasy. All of them.
Yep.
There's one holdout I trust. They'll get the deal done.
Which one?
Melvin Gordon. They're going to get the deal.
That's the one that will get done.
Yeah. You don't think it will get done?
No.
According to ESPN, they're one call away. Melvin Gordon's just waiting in the call right now. And premier running backs
6 million away.
Yeah, their offer was really bad. And Melvin Gordon initially wanted a trade, but now he's just waiting on this call, hoping that they say somewhere around $13 million a year. I think it could happen. I mean, I think they need him. They have Austin Eckler, who's pretty good. It seems that running backs these days have become very disposable in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
I mean, minus a few handful. I mean, we saw what happened with Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson.
They basically got blackballed.
I know. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl, basically in the playoffs, same stats. I mean, I feel like C.J. Anderson was putting up great numbers, and it made Todd Gurley look really bad. I remember we were talking about if he was a system running back or not a couple months back,
Which will be decided this year.
You said he's a system, right?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I
think he is. Yeah, I think I said that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I agree with you. I think he's a system running back. I think he has a little more talent, but he's still he has one of the best coaches. I think it's just system running back. Now, this doesn't have to do with holdouts necessarily, but Dak wants $40 million. You can hear the Eagles fans cheering.
Give him. Yes, I want the $40 million. Give it to him. That happen. That'd be fantastic.
I mean,
Dak Prescott, who's not good at all, getting $40 million and crippling the future of the team. Yes, do it. Come on, Jerry.
I can't believe that he would ask for that much.
I can't believe he almost got 30.
I can't believe he would ask for 40. That blows my mind. I never understood, the best quarterbacks don't get paid that much because they want their team to succeed.
Does Dak look like a smart guy to you?
Well, he wants to get paid.
Yeah, that's a smart move, but he's not a smart team guy.
You could say that if he's trying to take that much money. I mean, that's going to kill the team. Then they're going to at least need to get rid of a few of their good defensive guys,
Yeah, they're already, strapped from having to pay a few of their other guys. Who's the guy who just got paid this summer? The defensive guy. Was it Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they end up giving him the $40 million, but as an Eagles fan and as other fans who hate the Cowboys, I think it would be a dream to see this come true. And if all of the other fan bases want this to happen, what does that say about Dak?
that he's not a good player.
Exactly.
I
So it should happen.
I don't think he's a top 15 quarterback. I can't believe the comparisons to him and Carson Wentz. I hate how people compare them. I can't even.
Put him at 15, like right on the dot.
I can't even see the comparison between him and Wentz. I mean, they were drafted the same year and they're rival teams. That's it. There's no comparison. Wentz blows him out of the water. Wentz has had a few injuries, yes, but Wentz is so much better than Dak. These conversations about who's better needs to stop because there is no conversation. It's not even close.
One team has a Super Bowl mostly because of one guy. The other team is about to be out of $40 million.
Very true. Now, if Wentz gets injured again this year and Dak plays and the Cowboys hit even a wild card in the playoffs, I could see maybe then debating Dak's better because he's more sustainable than Wentz. But other than that, skill-wise,
if Wentz gets hurt again with a season-ending injury, I think it might be time to really look at your options and see if it was the right move to go all in. I mean, obviously they went all in on Carson, so they're gonna stick with him. But if he ends up with a season-ending injury this year,
I mean, who do the Eagles even have at quarterback? They're gonna have to trade for someone.
They'll trade for someone, yeah.
I mean,
I hear he might be available that time of year.
So not only do the Cowboys have Dak asking for $40 million, but they also have one running back who's holding out and not happy.
Can you play two guys on the field together? Only two guys? Is that possible?
I don't know.
2v11?
Jerry Jones, who is proclaimed to be one of the smartest owners, which, I mean, I guess he has the stadium that's worth the most, but really not a smart move by him here. Says, who's Zeke? Has Zeke, you mean the top running back in the league, your best player, the guy you should probably pay, not worry about Dak wanting $40 million?
Yeah. The Cowboys are a mess. I don't know what to say because you have the most undervalued position in the league, and the guy wants to get paid as the highest paid running back in the league. And then you got a dumb quarterback asking for $40 million when he's clearly not worth $40 million, and you're not going to have any money left. And I don't know where they go from here, but I really hope they go all in on Zeke and all in on Dak. Give them every penny. I really do.
Now, do you pay Zeke if you're the Cowboys? I mean, you clarified that you're not paying Dak, but do you pay Zeke? I think you pay Zeke. I think at the same time, he has behavioral issues. He could cut a few million. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd give Zeke $13 million a year. But yeah, all those defensive guys you got to pay too.
I would pay Zeke. I wouldn't even talk to Dak.
I agree. I think Dak's not worth $40 million. I mean, he does do a great job of presenting himself to the media because the Cowboys quarterback, one of the hardest positions in sports. I mean, pressure wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's done a great job handling himself. Someone who hasn't done a great job handling himself.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Antonio Brown. He will not play without his helmet.
Yeah.
It's like one of those kids that won't go to bed without their blankie.
I agree.
That's Antonio Brown right now.
I agree.
GM says it's now or never for him to show up.
Mike Mayock. I know a kid whose uncle is Mike Mayock.
It's interesting.
Mike Mayock isn't going to take this from him because if he doesn't want to really play, or he's going in and out and he's really playing around with them, he can even get he could easily just get cut.
Really?
That's Mayock.
Cut. They paid
Well,
so much
I mean,
money though.
not a cut. Like, yeah, but the guaranteed money isn't there. It's never there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that um maybe a trade. I mean, I don't know
And
what his
what you
worth
get
would.
for him? A fifth rounder last
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, he is, in my opinion, a top 3 receiver in the league. So
Top
I
two.
hope he gets his. I hope. Yeah. I hope he gets his. I have him at 3. I hope he gets his act together because it's kind of ridiculous. It's where I understand the changes and stuff, but you don't have any support system behind you. You know, if it was multiple players complaining about the helmet, I mean, Brady did, but like he didn't throw a fit about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any support, so
Don't bite the mouth that feeds you.
Hard Knocks is always an issue. Teams that are on Hard Knocks will never make the playoffs.
I mean, the Raiders are always an issue. It's not just Hard Knocks. Dun dun dun.
All right, Adam, what do you got for us today here in the NBA trade machine?
So I got a team that doesn't really have a future.
Right.
It has one guy that has a defined future, but the team itself doesn't have a defined future.
Let me guess. Terry Rozier and the Charlotte Hornets.
No,
Mm,
because Terry doesn't have a future.
I knew you were going to say that. All right.
It's Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
He's been asking for a move forever, too, I feel like. There's
No,
always trade rumors
he
around
doesn't.
it.
He just signed his max deal. He's chilling. Give him a few years, and then he'll ask out. All right. So we got the Minnesota Timberwolves and Cat, but we're not talking about Cat. All right. We're talking about the other guy. The guy who's going to be moved today in today's NBA trade machine is Andrew Wiggins.
Interesting. Now, his value, I feel like he's very undervalued because of his reputation.
Oh, because of that contract. It goes for another like 4 years.
I know, and that contract, but his reputation's killing him, you know, that he just doesn't try and he could be a top talent.
Exactly. So I think I thought to myself, where can we take him where he could be the star? He could be the man. His name is good enough to put people in the seats, and he has the potential to grow his game somewhere where he's never been able to before.
Back to where he was originally drafted.
No.
No.
No. I want a place where all eyes could be on him. So we're going to trade him to the Thunder.
Interesting.
And we're going to do a straight Chris Paul for Andrew Wiggins swap.
Chris Paul for Andrew Wiggins. Interesting.
Yes,
You know?
sir. Now, Chris Paul and Cat, they become a dynamic duo. Cat finally has a point guard who can help him grow and help him become a better player and even possibly make it into the playoffs. And then on the other side, you have Andrew Wiggins, who is now on his own team. It's him and 20,000 draft picks. So he could do anything he wants, and his name is good enough to sit people in the seats, and he's young enough to make them feel like they have potential.
I mean, what is he, 25?
I think he's younger than that. He might, yeah, 24, 25.
Man, that's a good trade. I like that. That was impressive, Adam. I thought you were going to send him back to Cleveland.
Oh no, he's not. There's only one place for him in the league. It's China or it's the Wolves. No one's trading for him.
He's 24 years old, turns 25 this year.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
so I think it makes sense for both teams. Both have sucky contracts that nobody wants. Might as well trade bad contract for bad contract.
I could definitely see it. I mean, but did the Wolves really want to get caught up in that CP3 contract? I mean,
It's
guess-
still a good player,
yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
and it's a year younger. It's a year less of a contract than Wiggins.
That's true. And the Thunder really don't want CP3.
Right. So why not get and you want Shay, whatever his name is, to start. So why not have a second man in Andrew Wiggins?
All right. All right. I could see that.
See
Definitely.
that?
That was a pretty good trade, Adam.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome to the list. Now, this is a new segment we implemented. We're going to do a list every week, different kind of sports lists. You'll see we're going to mix it up. So here this week, we have our top 10 villains in sports currently. And I'm going to start with my list here. Explain my pick a little bit, and then we'll move on to Adam's list. So starting at number 1, and of course, the biggest villain in sports is the New England Patriots. Everyone dislikes the Patriots. Everyone, and maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a Patriots fan, but I feel that right now, and not just the Patriots franchise, because as soon as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are done with the Patriots, is anyone really going to hate them? I really don't believe that everyone's going to hate them because they're going to be an average team like everyone else. But right now, the Patriots are so superior and dominate football so much that they are my number 1 villain. Now, number 2, Grayson Allen. Now, even in Summer League, this guy's tripping people. He had a reputation in college for doing this, as everyone knows about this. But honestly, I really don't mind him, but I just hate the dirty play. I think he's a good basketball player with some potential in the NBA, but you just got to hate those 2 or 3 plays where he sticks his leg out and it seems like he's trying to purposely hurt someone. That's just not a good look. All right, so number 3, speaking of purposely hurting people, Sergio Ramos. Now, this guy is hated throughout soccer, Real Madrid player, former Real Madrid player, and when he took out Salah, took out his shoulder, it was typical Sergio Ramos and what he's known for. Now, I debated what?
Don't remind me.
Oh, I know. And this was a toss-up between him and Luis Suarez biting people, but I feel like Luis Suarez biting people has, 1, stopped, and 2, is a little bit out of the current realm. I mean, it happened a few years ago. But Sergio Ramos, that was dirty play, and he really became a villain after that one play against Salah, which I don't want to remember because that was terrible. Final. All right, so number 4, of course, our Dallas Cowboys, who we were talking about earlier. People really, really dislike the Dallas Cowboys, as we all know. They're apparently America's team, which should be the Patriots, but I'm not going to talk about that. And, I mean, people are really honestly cheering for them to give Dak $40 million. I mean, that just tells you a lot about the franchise. Number 5, we got Nick Saban. Now, I didn't put Alabama specifically, but I feel like people really just dislike Nick Saban, and he's a mastermind. He dominates college football. He's never really done well in the pros, but as far as college football goes, he dominates. Number 6, Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, he's retired, but he's still one of the big villains. Everyone hated how he was 50-0. The Pacquiao fight was blown out, and then people were mad that he won off the decision. Some people thought Pacquiao deserved to win, but he's at my number 6. Number 7, Sidney Crosby. Now this guy is aging. I mean, this is a little. He was more 2-3 years ago a big villain, but I still put him in because people really hated this guy. I mean, people really dislike Sidney Crosby. Again, I feel like villains are formed from success, except a few exceptions like Grayson Allen. He hasn't really proved himself in the NBA. He was pretty successful in college, though. Number 8, Manny Machado. Now, this guy, after last year, everyone saw the play where he stepped on the first baseman's leg, injuring him, what seemed to be on purpose. People really don't like this guy. I mean, baseball's a traditional, classy sport, and you got a guy like Manny Machado come in, playing a little dirty. I mean, I didn't even know you could play dirty in baseball, really. But people really are dislike Manny Machado. I feel like it's calmed down a little since he's been on the Padres, though. I feel like there hasn't been anything crazy coming out. So at my number 9, I got LeVar Ball. Now, obviously, people really, really don't agree with the way LeVar handles his kids, and I think that's no one's business. I think LeVar can handle his kids however he wants to handle them. And we saw the whole thing with Big Baller Brand and LeAngelo stealing. I just feel like people really dislike LeVar Ball, and he's number 9 at my villain. And then at number 10, I had to put him. I had to do it, Adam. Kyrie Irving. I mean, I don't even have to go into. I mean, he promises the Celtics. I mean, this is more of a Boston sports villain, but people really around the NBA, I feel like fans started to dislike him. I feel like people around the NBA started to dislike him. Don't you think a little bit after they were losing, and then Kyrie's like, "Oh, I'll take like 30 shots." You know, when he said that to the reporter.
I don't know. I think he's fine. It's just he shouldn't have said some of the things he said. That's all. He shouldn't have. Had he not gone out before the season started and said he was recommitting to the Celtics, I think none of this would happen. You know, I still think he would have left, and he would have probably gotten traded too. But he wouldn't have been seen as a villain.
Yeah. So let me hear your list, Adam.
Okay. So I took this as who are the current villains of sports, and
that's what I put.
I tried to go as current as possible.
I put 2 that weren't really current, but
okay. So at number 1, I have Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
For joining forces with the NFL and seemingly deciding that he's the public's perception is that he's against Colin Kaepernick and what Colin's about, even though for a few years he's been supporting Colin Kaepernick. Now it seems like he's joining the other side almost. So a lot of people are catching hate for Jay-Z, saying they're not going to listen to his music anymore. They're not going to talk about him anymore. So that's my number 1 on the list right now. Number 2 is Jerry Jones.
All right.
Jerry Jones will almost always be on this list somehow, some way, somewhere. And his comments to Zeke really reflect his ranking here because that's your best player. You basically deface him in public. You're trying to negotiate a deal. So in all the Dallas Cowboys fans, in the face of all the Dallas Cowboys fans, you're a deserved number 2 for this week, Jerry Jones. Number 3, these guys will always be on a list. The LA Lakers. I don't have to say much else about that. Number 4, I still have some hate for this team, and I'm sure it's carryover from the league for the past 4 years, and I'm sure a lot of other teams sort of hate this team as well. So I'm going to put them on here, the Warriors. Sure, they lost Kevin Durant, but let's not forget, they still have the most hated player in the league in Draymond Green, and they added D'Angelo Russell. So they're still a championship contending team. So Warriors at 4, well-deserved. Number 5, I'm going to put Conor McGregor. There was a video that surfaced of him this week of hitting an old man at a bar. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So number 5. Number 6, I'm putting Luis Suarez. Sure, he didn't bite anyone in the past few years, but that doesn't make him a good person. He's always been in the minds and eyes of a whole bunch of people a bad person based off the things he does, how he acts around people. And you just hear a bunch of rumors about how he's just not a good person as a whole. So I'm gonna put Luis Suarez at 6. Maybe that stems out of him biting people, and that's just a way to let out the frustration. But I'm gonna put Luis Suarez at 6. Number 7 is a pretty easy one for me, I think. I'm gonna put Neymar at number 7. Basically, because he essentially quit on his team in Paris, and he's waiting for them to decide who they want to give him to, and it's either Real Madrid or Barcelona. So Neymar even showed up to his team's championship ceremony.
Mbappe pushing him.
And Mbappe pushed him out. Like, bro, you didn't do anything. Like, get out of this picture. He's a villain for Paris. He's the villain because he promised them a Champions League. They promised to pay him all that he wants. They did well on their part. He did not give them a Champions League. Now he's asking out because he doesn't like Paris and he wants to go back to Spain. And not even that. He would rather go to Real Madrid, who was his hated rival, than stay in Paris. So I'm putting Neymar at 7. Very well deserved. Number 8, the Dallas Cowboys. Why?
Yes, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys on.
Yeah. Why? Because the Dallas Cowboys, for some reason, are always talked about every single week for no reason. That's it. There's always some sort of conversation about them. I've had enough. Number 9. Have you seen those one-step threes or those one-leg threes from James Harden?
Yeah.
MVP season, baby. Number 9, James Harden with his new move, the one-legged three. That looks like a travel. It also looks like something's wrong with him, and it looks like he doesn't know how to play basketball, but it always goes in. James Harden at number 9. Number 10, you always have to have him on here too. So it's just the fact that it's just a matter of where he is. That's all. Number 10, LeBron James. Taco Tuesday starting to rub people the wrong way. You know, you got guys like Skip Bayless saying he shouldn't be rooting for his son. And a lot of people, for some reason, agree with Skip Bayless. So you got to have LeBron James on there. Boo you, LeBron. Don't root for your son. And stop having fun on Taco Tuesday. I also have an honorable mention. His name is LaMelo Ball. People think he's not a top 5 pick because of his father. I'm here to say he is a top 5 pick in next year's draft. That's all I have to say.
Interesting. That was interesting.
You like that?
Yeah, I do. I do like that. Our lists were very different.
Yeah.
I actually have an honorable mention too.
Okay.
New York Yankees.
Okay.
Not just because I'm a Boston fan, but I feel like in all the realm of all baseball, the New York Yankees are just always hated. And they're always good because they have money, and that's why through baseball they're hated. Because there's no salary cap in baseball, so they can just pay people bajillion dollars to come and play for them.
Yeah, that's true.
That other teams just can't afford to do. So that's
baseball. That's baseball as a whole, though.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. That is the list for today, though, guys. All right, everyone. So they had the rookie polls come out, which are always very relevant. Cam Reddish was voted to have the best career. I think that is crazy. I think Zion's vote counted for 2 rookies, and Zion couldn't vote for himself, so he voted for Cam Reddish. Possible?
No.
And then RJ didn't want to vote for Zion, so then he voted for Cam Reddish, and then Cam Reddish voted for himself.
Yeah, Cam definitely voted for himself.
That's 4 votes right there. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, he's coming off the bench this year. He's not even going to be a starter.
Look, what I'll say about Cam is this is more about Zion than it is about Cam. And this is what the other rookies of the league are saying about Zion and it has nothing to do with Cam. It just reflects how they voted against Zion, and it just happened to be Cam that got their votes. It was like it was very random, I feel, and if I were Zion, I'd take this to heart.
I
The
mean,
Wizards are basically saying some guy who couldn't shoot when was on your team last year and was the third option is going to be the best player of your draft class.
it drives me insane. Zion already, all right, we got a guy starting on the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. Then we have a guy who's already the face of the franchise, has brought basketball to the Pelicans or back to New Orleans, and has a $75 million shoe deal already. And this man, Cam Reddish, the third option on your college team, is going to be more successful than Zion, who already has a $75 million shoe deal. I mean, he's by far more successful than anyone in this draft class already. That is good.
Yeah. Look, if I were Zion, I would do one of two things. First thing is I would brush this off because a lot of people think this is a stupid list and it's the rookies that are voting it. And I'd be like, if I were Zion, I'd be like, it's whatever. They don't know what they're talking about. Or I take this to heart and I would go and try to smash every single rookie that voted on this list. And I would make sure that when I'm playing the Atlanta Hawks, I posterize Cam Reddish on every single play.
Oh man, you know, who do you think's going to have the best career? Because I bet you don't think it's Zion, do you?
No.
You think it's Ja Morant?
Yeah.
I don't because of the Grizzlies organization. I don't think it's a good organization to be in.
No, they're a fine organization. It's just that they're a small market team. That's all.
How is he going to attract stars with him?
They do all the right things except for signing Chandler Parsons, but anything else, they're fine.
Ah man, I just feel like Zion's going to be the most successful because he look at the pieces he already has around him who will develop with him, and look at
I feel like no
the
one's
GM he's
place
with.
for him.
But it's about having the best career, and
Right.
to have the best career doesn't mean you're the best player.
Team, yeah, but the team goes hand in hand with your career. So if let's say Zion averaged 25 points a game, right, for his career, but the Pelicans were always the 10th seed in the West. Do you think that means Zion will have the best career?
No.
All right then.
That's my point. That's why I'm saying Zion has a good team around him already, and Ja Morant's playing on the Grizzlies. I mean, granted, free agency today, in 2-3 years you're out, and then you can go wherever you want. But like,
actually, 7 years. It'll be about 7 years before they can decide what they want to do.
that is kind of true.
Because they don't have any say on where they want to go. They don't have any leverage in negotiations. So I'd say 7 years.
I mean, depending if you're Zion, I think you have to get. I mean, if you're Zion and you play very well.
Oh, the minute Zion got drafted, he had the power to do whatever he wants.
I know, exactly. I mean, but I really think that Zion's going to have the best career. I mean, early on, I guess, because, well, one, because I think he's the best player in the draft class. Two, I think he'll be able to prevent getting injured, which I know you are very fearful that he will.
All that gumbo.
That he'll get injured.
From all that gumbo he's been eating down there.
He's not. He's going to do fine. He's a good player. The eye test, Adam, the eye test. You watch him in college. Whoa, that guy is more athletic than any guy in the NBA right now.
I also saw the guy in Summer League who missed his first 5 shots.
Summer League does not mean anything. Lonzo Ball won MVP for Summer League.
You know what does mean something?
What?
The fact that he got injured in the first game.
That does mean something.
Okay.
But it was a precautionary, just a tweak.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They're being careful, you know.
You got to tweak on the first 5 minutes of a game.
No one play. We talked about this. No one plays summer league anymore. None of those stars. They're too big for summer league now.
Which is ridiculous.
I know it is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Are NFL stars too big for preseason? Tom Brady's 42 has won freaking 6 Super Bowls, and they're still talking whether he's going to play in preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you know.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes started second week of preseason, started the first half.
No, I agree. I
mean, it's just ridiculous how these guys think they're too big for summer league. But Cam Reddish's career, I think he averages, like 13 points for his career. He's a good shooter. He shoots around, he shoots well from the 3-point line, 35% for his career, really high. But I think he'll be successful, but I don't think that he's even close to the best career. I just don't understand where that's coming from. I mean, I just don't understand.
I think that's all we have to say on the matter. It's just something that's stupid. It's something that will blow over. No one will remember it next year. So
the rookie that was supposed to have the most successful career from last year. Did you see that?
I did not. Who was it?
It was Wendell Carter Jr. at first.
Okay.
And then Kevin Knox second.
Yeah, see, it's stupid. See, no one was even talking about that, so.
All right. Well, there we go. All right, guys, our trash take of the day. We have our 2-time throne champ. Can they be dethroned? CP3 is better than Rondo by Ryan Hollins, is currently holding as our champion. But we have a new one this week, which I think could give it some comp. Max Kellerman of First Take, ESPN, says, if KD wins a ring, he will be in the conversation with Jordan.
Yeah. I'm not answering this.
Wow. Really?
I don't think. Look, I like Max Kellerman, but ever since he got on First Take, it's all been about getting more clicks for him. I loved him on Sports Nation, but ever since he got on First Take, he became the new Skip almost. Just saying whatever comes into his mind. This isn't the worst take. It's not Ryan Hollins, but this is a close second.
So you got the Ryan Hollins CP3 Rondo.
I do.
Rondo is better than CP3.
Yeah, that's still up there.
I got to give it to this. I got to give it to Max Kellerman. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Where is this even coming from? He joined a 73 win team. My bad. Yeah, he joined a 73 win team to win his rings, which he couldn't get in OKC when he had Russell Westbrook, one of the best players in the NBA. He blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors and then went and joined them. You think Jordan did anything like that? No.
Yeah, this is really dumb.
It's not
mentioning.
Oh. All right, that's it for this. Welcome to the rant, guys. My rant this week. Jason Tatum is the most hated player in the NBA for absolutely no reason. Now, people really hate on Jason Tatum, and I really just don't understand why. Just because this guy, his numbers have all improved also. So Jason Tatum, from his first year to his second year, All the numbers have improved. And every time Jason Tatum does something, someone freaks out or someone throws the meme up that, oh, oh yeah, Boston fans, when Jason Tatum say that Jason Tatum's just 20, it's ridiculous. I mean, we have a good rookie player. I mean, of course we're going to be happy about it. And of course he's only 20 because that's how old he is. And then on top of that, he has a great playoffs. Now, people take this great playoffs where we are without Kyrie Irving and without our star player, and then they take it, and then when we're with Kyrie Irving, think that Jason Tatum is going to be that same exact player, which obviously he's not going to be the same exact player. But I think people would put it in the perspective that Jason Tatum is like regressing. If anything, Jason Tatum's progressing. He just had a short span that he showed us what he could do. I mean, he had that highlight dunk against Embiid and Simmons where he threw that spin move and threw it down. I mean, I don't understand why people hate Jason Tatum for absolutely no reason. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's my rant for today. Thank you for listening today, guys. Be sure to check out our Twitter at the BW Pod and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the BW Pod also, and keep an eye out for big things coming up soon.